Hello. Happy Remembrance Day. And to our friends, family. I've got a lot of family down south and collaborators. Just exciting. It's a Veterans Day. Sorry about this. I keep the family, friends, colleagues. Falling off the wagon. For the last few days, my wife keeps telling me, you're not gonna be perfect, and I know that, right? I'm not gonna be perfect, right? I just want to grow. And your family, they love you. My wife, beautiful wife, my two amazing kids. Oh, they love me so much. Okay, so it's Happy Remembrance Day here in the land of the North. What do we call? Okay, Cana. My pastor used to say, Kenneth. Is it Kenneth? Canada or Canada? Yeah, I'm learning from a lot of mentors, and it probably having a period. So let's get into why we're here today. So before we go into what we are here today, okay, I think we'll be reading Proverbs 11. People have always asked me, how did I survive the pandemic? Again, I'm sure my British mentors now, I've sent some stuff to them, amazing people. So particularly Dr. Eduardo is a professor anymore. He's an amazing guy. He mentored me. So during the trenches, he usually reminds me, when we have a coffee, he says, Larry, do he's a big fan of philosophy as well, and also history. He said, do you know those young guys doing the Normandy, the D-Day? Do you know that they were young, 16, 17, and just imagine yourself, you left your mom or your dad or your whatever, and you're making those huge sacrifices, and that's so profound. I want to read apart from my faith, right, and the call moral race. Just that, just to help me to go through the storms and doing the trenches. I lost some colleagues, right, and I was doing something not incredible. I was special. I was doing that. People didn't know. I'm sure some people knew. I was also flying back and forth. I was traveling between Canada and the US. But my faith, the words of my mentors kept me going. Interesting. And not special, right? So let's get into why we're here today. Just to say Happy Remembrance Day. Remember when you're going to hardship, adversity, just put yourself into the shoe. You might want to frame it in other ways. You might just, I don't want to be disrespectful to the remembrance. Just think about those, our past heroes, blacks, on those waters, in the cold, in the chains. And they still, I've read so fascinating books about that. So the moment you put yourself in those shoes, you think they're not perfect society, obviously. We know that. But I'm incredibly blessed to be living in Canada and North America. Okay, so a quick one. I've got my green tea here, okay? Thanks to my mom. Guys, my mom is in Calgary. People wonder, how are you doing all these things? Be a son, a husband. I just prioritize. And one of the things that keep me grounded, of course, my family as well, but this, it keeps me grounded, Thanks, Brian. Thanks for your wisdom this morning. So let's get into it, right? So, this one is just so huge. I gave a cough. I'm not sure where I got that cough from. The Lord hates dishonest scales, but is pleased with the correct weight. Pride leads to a shame, and it's wise not to be proud. Good people will be guided by honesty, but dishonesty will destroy those who are trustworthy. Let me know if you can hear my Dodgy accent. Sometimes people say I sound, I don't know, British, Canadian. It depends. African, French, Spanish. I don't even know. This one is an interesting one. It says, doing what is right brings freedom to honest people, but those who are not trustworthy will be caught by their own desires. I think this is huge. This could be called, is the cost of a book. I'll say it here. Oh, where is he? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. The influence of good, that's verse 11. The influence of good people makes a city great, but the wicked can destroy with their words. Think about that, particularly when we're. I'm a big fan of classics, and I find it really interesting when we put people in position because of politics, not because of values and characters. Again, I'm not a politician, okay, but we pray for our leaders. I am praying for Trump as well. I'm not. I mean, I don't want to go into politics, but I've learned a lot from Trump. He's just an amazing guy. I mean, he's flawed like all of us too. And even Kamala Harris. Have you seen that book? Okay, so this one is interesting one. Okay, verse 30. As a tree makes fruit, a good person gives a life to others. The wise person shows others how to be wise. Interesting. Okay, so I'll leave the. People have been asking me, oh, you're not reading your Latin again. I said, yeah. If you want to learn Latin, I think my teacher now wants to join mastermind groups and all that stuff. So, but again, it's free on the weekend or probably paid during the week. So if you want to learn Latin, my Latin teacher, I keep blinking on his name, he will join the stuff and he can speak Latin. So, but you have to, it's not free, see. Okay, but I mean, they're free weekend mastermind anyway. Okay, so let's look at other stuff. So I've liked the other ones, I want some more contemporary rather than Shakespearean today. Okay, what else? I've got my show notes here. What else do I need to do? Okay. Oh, the big one. Let's listen Latin first. I've got a question here. This one, it's gonna be huge because some of our collaborators, think in Canada and the US, they're working on this and all over the world. So, what is consciousness and how does it arise from physical matter? That could, whoever solved that could be the person who will win the next Nobel Prize. Interesting. Again, I probably I don't have a clue. One of my team just asked me that. I don't even know what is here. I don't necessarily know. But I know somebody smart there will figure it out. Okay, so what else? Okay, Latin phrase today. Men quati vari gigno, a calm mind generates strength. It's sort of interesting when I'm reading Latin. I find it really interesting, I tell you. And that's the way I train my kids. I try not to project my ignorance onto them. I allow them, of course, I guide them with wisdom, hopefully. And on the other hand, I allow them to explore. Because people have told me all sorts. People have told me all sorts before. But that's not true. And we know that's science. But again, that's what we call cognitive dissonance. How can you say, okay, oh, the brain is fully formed. You can learn Latin in 10 years, whatever. Or on the other hand, what about if you can learn Latin in maybe under 5 years? Okay, think about that. Awesome. So, question for me today and for you: what practices help you to cultivate a calm mind and inner strength? What practices? Okay, so share with me and yourself. What I mean, as we are remembering, the past heroes, either here in North America, all over the world, even where I come from, okay, in Lagos, Nigeria, it's your war. Yeah, I probably need to speak our war one of these days here. So let's just think about those past heroes. What practices help you to cultivate a calm mind and inner strength? Think about that. It's always good to think about that before you enter the storm, right? Okay, so another question about consciousness and all that. I know there are top philosophers trying to they're grappling, is it? Or wrestling. What that synonym is that? So it's sort of interesting that some top schools in the world they're trying to figure that out. Okay, I'll leave it to them, but I'll put in the show notes just in case if you're what I found out really is that sometimes the people that can solve this problem are not people in Ivy League school at all. They're just common people on the street. And I meet them in my community, and they've been teaching me a lot of stuff. Okay, so I want to make it so short and sweet. Sorry, I'm going off. This is only freestyle. Okay, so you like, you share, you comment. Okay, and until then, Benedictus. Bye. Optima Wale.